Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Zazzy from CZT Sue Clark. I was trying to find one to top yesterday's. Go home, Cubine, you're drunk. That's such a fun tangle. Oh my goodness. All right. But this one is neat. So and I guess it kind of goes because you're get a little zazzy. I don't know. But I was looking for something a little different, and this kind of fit the bill. All right. So this one starts off with a dot grid, and I want to have them kind of spread out. We'll see how well I do just freehanding from the top. All right, we're gonna go 4 across. Let's see if we can go 4 down. And by the way, I am using a graphic one. I This also works with if you have a little uneven, but that's okay. It'll all work out. If you have the, like an 8 or a 10 or a 12 nib um, pen. By the way, um, and let me a little primer on the pens. Just kidding. So the graphic one, it's not like a brush pen, but it sort of has that feel. It's not. It's just not so brushy. But the tip is nice, and it's great for filling in. And we also have these Sakura with the what is this one? This is Pigma mic. This is Pigma graphic. We usually use the Pigma microns. They also have these. It's just a Pigma pen. And I just wanted to show the plastic nib. These are very nice too, especially if you are new to Zentangle or you have a heavy hand, because that versus this, which I usually use, sometimes it's just nice. And then so this is the what is this? This is the 10. So just so you see in comparison, not with that one, so you can kind of see the difference. But what's neat is that you could just press and put a dot and have the dot be nice versus I'm usually like doing like this and and making a little circle, and then they can be uneven, and it's just it takes out one of the things that you have to worry about. All right, so this one, and let's do it this way. um this has a lot of aura-ing C shapes and S shapes. Oh, I just had an idea. I'm gonna have to do like a graphic that says today's Zentangle Quickie is brought to you by the letter S, the letter C, and the aura. Okay, someday I might. So I am just making these seed shapes and make them narrow to start off with, and you will see why in a moment, or you may have surmised if you peek, well, because obviously you see the front picture of it already done. But starting narrower with these seeds helps. I have just a habit of, after, maybe it's just after a while, you kind of have this a routine down, and so I find myself even like with the aura and seeds, like, oh well, I do my curve this way, and that's it. So sometimes it's just good to be aware, and I was having to force myself, nope, narrow, make them thin. And as I was doing it, I didn't explain, but I'll do it on the second half, which, this is the C curve shape. I didn't bother to flip the tile. You can if you want, so that way although it seemed like when I was doing this, yeah, I'm just gonna, aim it this way. Um, a lot of times I like to have my curve going like this, so that way I'm using the natural hand motion. But this is something that you could do, and I didn't do it, but I'm going to do it this way, that on this second aura. So on all of these, we're going to do a second, um, a larger seed, if you want to think of it that way, or aura-ing the top. We're going to do two. And, so whichever way you want to do it. Doing it this way, where you have one side, that you're doing at a time, then turn your tile, and you're doing the same thing over again. A lot of times we do that in Zentangle, so especially if you watch Rick and Maria on some of their videos, they may emphasize that, because if you're using this for the meditative or mindful benefits, that's how you get it, is the repetition. And also with, just not having to think so much. And this way, it's the same stroke, rinse and repeat, and you keep doing the same thing, and you just focus on that, and that's it. So that's what helps. So I share it. I share it both ways, because I've had, I know some people are like, oh, like you can only do it that way. And being, kind of a rule oriented person myself, I totally get that. And but the reality is, no, you don't. You can do it however you want, because then the people that don't like, they feel like, oh, Zentangle has all these rules. No, we really don't. They're just guidelines, and there's a reason behind them, and that's why also I like to share the reasons, because I think that they're very important. All right. Okay, so then the next step is our S shapes. So we're not going to do it here, unless, of course, you want to have your pattern going, out like to the edges or something like that. I'm just going to keep it contained here. And so from, this dot, and this, well, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to not think. So an S shape, sort of an S shape. Let's see, if I was doing, this would be a backwards S shape, I guess. Or you can just think of it as a curved line coming from one dot to the next. Whatever works in your brain is good. And you can see how it doesn't matter that, especially when we're getting to this point, that my dots weren't very straight, and so I have, this curving up and whatnot. It's all okay. All right, so once you have one row, then, just like we did up here, we're going to do it again. Now, I'm going to do it to the left or above, whichever way you want to think about it, of what I've done already. So like this, okay? If by chance you don't feel like you have enough room there, there's no reason why, let me find one. This one is pretty good. There's no reason why you couldn't come behind. Like I said, because I'm doing, and of course, let's see, let me find one. Maybe this one. Let's try this one. Like that. There's no reason. It's it's totally up to you. And also, what was I going to say? I lost it. I suppose the one thing is, as I notice on this one, is that when you're doing it on the top, it does get closer to this curve line, so that way it makes this one just a smidge different. So that's something. But if, this is where I was going. If you have one that, it's already like too close, then you could do it on the other side. And I share that also, just so that way you can do it either way. There's a lot of times, or even like with the seeds, if you made one that was way too wide, well, do it in the middle instead of just doing it on the outside. If it helps to make them look more uniform, then go for it. So that is it. This is Zazzy. Now, then, of course, decorating is the next thing. And let's see, for more inspiration, like I'll probably put both links in just for convenience, because on Tangle Patterns, which is where I found it, and I like to give her credit. I don't want to just go to the link that she puts in, because I like to have those links going to her site, so that way she gets the visibility for all of the hard work that Linda does putting together tanglepatterns.com. It's I mean, I know just from the bit that I'm trying to do on mine that I can't even keep up with. It's a lot of work, and so I want to give her some kudos for that and some visibility. And just so you know, if you've never been to tanglepatterns.com, and I'm pointing at my screen as if you can see. Here's my other hand, right? Sometimes you scroll down and you see the step out there incorporated into the page, but then sometimes she has a link, and so you have to find where she says click here, and she does it in pink, so you can see it, but sometimes you just have to find it, and to click to get to the link that has, you know, the step out, the original step out. So I'm going to put a link to both of them, and that's why. Just a little explanation. But what I liked about Linda's, and I'm going to do it a little different, is she filled in. And I'm not going to. Oh no, I'm not going to use that. Let's put that farther away. She filled in these ORD sections. So in the play part, of course, you can leave it just like this if you like. But then what you have is the opportunity to course correct. So if you really didn't like, enough of the seeds, we'll say, so then you could fill them in. And so like here, I would just make them maybe look a little bit more uniform. Or and I was gonna say, because you can see that example, and I was thinking, I wonder what it would look like if we oh no, I'm not gonna. Let's see. Wait, let me think. Oh, and I just. Oh no, never mind. I was thinking we could fill in these. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, but let's leave a shine in the middle. Oops. So you can decorate however you wish. And on the link to Sue's step out, she didn't, I don't think there was really, oh no, there is an example. You just have to look at the bottom of the screen and click the next page. And there she does have a sample. And if you were wondering, why am I doing that? As you can see, it creates this shine, but I like to do this scribbling where I want the shine to be, mostly just so I don't forget that I do it. Because otherwise, you can kind of get carried away with the coloring in, and color right over it. And then, if you end up doing that, you can always come back with a white jelly roll and fill that in, or make the shine. I should say, make the shine. You can also, and I have done this as well, where I'll come back maybe with the white jelly roll, because it's this is a bijou Zentangle tile, and so they're a little bit off white, but the white jelly roll and all that doesn't really come through. Now see here, even though I am doing the shine, I can bring that out just a bit, because the shine doesn't have to go all the way. Well, it's not going to go all the way to the ends because I have these sides that are just naturally there. But that is the benefit of filling in, is it gives you that opportunity to course correct something that you really aren't happy with. Then we can, I'm thinking, and a lot of times as I'm doing something like this, then I'm thinking, well, what else can I do? What can I do with some graphite? You can also have fun filling in behind if you want to. That's another way. Filling in period is a course corrector. So, when you're filling in that, you can adjust things if need be. But it just depends on what it is that you're looking. How does it speak to you, this tangle? And let's see. I'm kind of thinking let's put some graphite on either side. I was thinking to do the whole thing, but let's just do the outsides, because that's kind of fun. It's kind of fun, except for this really thin one that I have. I have to find, hopefully, my thin tortillon is nearby. But I tell you what, even just adding the graphite like this, it's, I can see the shine already, and it's creating a neat effect already without even using the tortillon. And, you could just do that if you wanted to. There's no reason. If you like the way it looks, this is all about you, the tangler, and what you like. And I like to make sure to remind us of that, because we are so programmed to, as if there's a right or wrong. There is no right or wrong in Zentangle. As if it's supposed to look like something. That's the beauty of Zentangle, is that everything is supposed to be non-representational. So that way, however it comes out, it's like, yep, that's how it was meant to come out, and that's our story, and we're sticking to it. All right, let me see if I put that. I have a pile of pens and tiles on my desk, and I have this little. Oh well, this should work. I say it should work. I can use. Well, all right. Let me hold on a second. Let me find that. Okay, not having luck finding the one that as soon as we're done here, I'll find it. All right, but I'm going to use this. This is a stump. And you can see the difference. I don't know if you can. This is more packed together. And I am sure, and I'm going to need to trim that end off. They get kind of floppy at the end. And these I know, my understanding is that you can sharpen them because it's more of a solid piece of wrapped up paper. Where the tortillon, it's rolled up, but you can feel the grooves of it. And so I am sure there is a reason why you'd use one over the other. And I'm thinking some of it is just, this is a little bit smoother. Besides, I think the tortillons are maybe a little bit less. I think they're probably all inexpensive. I can't remember how much these were, but these are going to last longer. But you'd have to sharpen them, and I don't know the number of them that I have with different colors on the tips because I use them with the chalk pencils and everything. I don't know, but and actually the regular tortillons do come in different sizes as well. So anyway, so that has a neat look. I was thinking to put maybe orbs or something in the center of that. I don't know. It looks like a bunch of mouths. If I put little lines in, maybe that will end up looking like teeth. But it's a neat tangle, and if you did it, say smaller, it could have a really, really neat effect. And say something else that you could do, and I'm not going to because I put the graphite there, but you could do some shading, inside those sections. But you know what? No, that would end up looking weird, baby. Or not. Could put little straight lines inside there if you want to. I kind of like the way it looks, just plain. But I share that so that way, if you're like me and I'm sometimes challenged with coming up with really cool ideas to do stuff. We just start, use what I've used before and things that I've seen that are cool. But like I said, it's a neat tangle. It is quite zazzy. And just also let me mention real quick on the on Sue's step out at the bottom of it, she does give another option for doing it where it's kind of more 2 steps. Where we did each curve line, each S shape in a separate step. She does show where and actually it's kind of like doing a Z and then I think probably auraing it or something. I didn't look at it real close because I personally like doing it this way. But do take a look, and if that's if that helps you, if it's a way you end up liking doing it that way, then that's great. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, would love to have a thumbs up. Or a like, whichever way it shows on your platform, and feel free to share it. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, I would love it if you would be a subscriber to the channel. Of course, that is free. In the description section, which you can find, I think it seems like it's in 2 places on a desktop. Underneath the name of the tangle, the name of the video, I believe is where it is, and it'll give you some. It'll say show more, And so you click that and you get the description section. On the app, on my app anyway, it's still kind of by the name of the video. It's just there's a little down arrow or a V that you would press to get to that section. So step out links are there. Ways to connect with me are there. If you would like to take online classes, I do offer. I do something just about twice a week. I have a lot that are free, and I have some that are paid, which then helps to afford me to be able to do a lot of free stuff. And so I appreciate those that take those classes and those that are like it enough that they subscribe, basically. So I have a membership subscription club that you can take a look at if you end up liking enough to say, yes, I'll take classes, on a regular basis, or get the replays, that type of thing. Anyway, with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.